As antisemitism becomes increasingly mainstream in the Democratic Party, rather than addressing the problem, Democrats are deflecting, trying to paint antisemitism as a Trump problem. Eric Swalwell recently alleged in an op-ed in the Jewish magazine Forward that Donald Trump is embracing antisemitism, because Trump, who has a daughter who's a converted Jew and Jewish grandchildren, is obviously an anti-Semite, or something. In the wake of the Hanukkah celebration stabbing in Monsey, New York, rather than blame the attacker, Democrats chose to blame Trump, who has done more for Israel and the Jewish people in 3 years than his predecessor did in 2 terms. The left is deliberately trying to whitewash Obama's record of antisemitism, and the welcoming of anti-Semites into their party. When Barack Obama entered the national stage and rose to become the Democratic Party's nominee in 2008, defending him at all costs mattered more than exposing his hateful roots and record. Obama spent 20 years in the congregation of radical racist and anti-Semite Jeremiah Wright. Obama only quit the congregation to save his political aspirations, because the values he learned in that congregation clearly stayed with him. He surrounded himself with anti-Semites during his campaign and his presidency. Obama's 2008 campaign's co-chair and military advisor General Merrill McPeak had a history of blaming American foreign policy on the Jewish lobby. Another campaign foreign policy advisor was Zbigniew Brzezinski, who also blamed the Jewish lobby for America's pro-Israel policies. In 2010, Obama appointed Nawar Shora, a member of the Anti-Israel, American Arab Anti-Defamation Committee, as senior advisor to the Transportation Safety Administration on civil rights and civil liberties matters. Obama nominated Chuck Hagel as defense secretary. Hagel had a long record of antisemitism. As the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, Susan Rice went on an anti-Semitic rant in 2011. When Obama promoted Susan Rice to National Security Advisor, he nominated Samantha Power as UN ambassador. Power was an anti-Semite and anti-Israel radical who supported shifting aid from Israel to support the Palestinians and suggested invading Israel. The shared values of Obama and the anti-Semites he surrounded himself with manifested itself in a lengthy record of anti-Semitic and anti-Israel policies. In his first year in office, Obama broke with all past presidents since the founding of Israel by not affirming the United States' commitment to the preservation of Israel and the safety of the Israeli people, instead promising to put daylight between our country and the Jewish state. Obama called on Israel to return to their pre-1967 borders, which Israel considers indefensible. He also legitimized the UN Human Rights Council, which calls Israel the world's worst human rights violator while ignoring Muslim nations that behead infidels or throw homosexuals off buildings. Obama also refused to accept Jerusalem as Israel's capital. It's worth mentioning here that Donald Trump moved America's embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Barack Obama also sided with the world's #1 terror-sponsoring nation, Iran, over our ally Israel, by telling the Iranian mullahs that if Israel attacked Iran's nuclear facilities they would not have United States support. Obama also frequently snubbed Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. While he had no problem meeting with members of Hamas, Obama also invited 11 Muslim countries to his Global Counterterrorism Forum, while snubbing Israel. Obama also exposed top-secret details of Israel's nuclear program to the world. Despite signing legislation that had anti-BDS movement language in it, Obama explicitly stated he opposed the language and would not enforce those provisions. Obama's IRS also improperly targeted pro-Israel groups, just as it did with Tea Party and conservative groups. Obama's final insult to Israel came just before Christmas in 2016 when the United States abstained from a Nations Security Council resolution condemning Israeli settlements, allowing the resolution to pass. But, it's Trump who's to blame for anti-Semitic attacks in the United States, not the 8 years of anti-Semitic and anti-Israel Obama policies. The Democratic Party was too afraid to call out Obama for the antisemitism that plagued his administration, and now they welcome anti-Semites like Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez into the party because they're the ones who inspire the base. Obama created a Democratic Party willing to embrace antisemitism, and they're trying to hide it by blaming everything on Trump.